It's the start of week 2 with Annie. We're going to start with all the regular stuff with her, grooming, lunging, and such, before I start working her at Liberty this week so that we can begin working on driving and cart training the next. I like to work at Liberty to varying degrees with each horse, to give them confidence that they can trust me, follow me, and that I'm not going to hurt them. All of this will help build a bond while establishing leadership. Since Annie has that fearful, challenging mix, I have to keep everything mixed up for her between building her confidence and putting her back in her place, all while not overdoing it one way or the other. So I'm gonna catch her. She's doing pretty good. Came up to me. I'm haltering her. She's doing really pretty good considering they're cutting the hay and everything behind us. So a lot of stimulation going on. Gonna start with the grooming and the body spray. Much better today. She shies off of it a little bit, but she doesn't do any major blow-ups, barely moves her feet. She's a little more dominant to the right side than she is to the left side, but she still does pretty good on the left side as well. The second bottle has a little bit more powerful of a blade, or like a squirt, but she's doing really good. She's standing still, letting me spray her legs. Huge improvement from like 6 training sessions ago. Spraying from behind, everything's going okay. She's still a little reactive when I put a lot of pressure on her feet, but she's standing still and she just kind of shakes her foot a little bit. She's doing it a whole lot less than she was last week though. Picking it up readily and easily. She holds it up on her own, just have to hold it still, and she does the rest. Very nice with her back feet. So I'm going to start by asking her to lower her head off of the halter pressure. Just asking her for kind of that yielding at the pole, so she gets it while walking forward a couple steps. So then I readjust her for the camera. And I'm going to try it again. So I ask her to put her head down. I'm just pulling down on that pole. And she gave me a little release right there, and so I took it back. Now I'm asking her to lunge off my hand pressure. I'm pointing with my hand, and then I put a little bit of a reinforcing spin on the rope. So I ask her to walk off every time she turns to me. She's getting better at coming to me on the rope because she doesn't like the feel of the halter pressure on her head. Which is good. I like her to be more into me than out of me. So I'm asking her to push. I'm pushing her off. Asking her to go around. Now I'm asking her with just my body language. She came with a nice loop in the rope. So then we're doing it again at the trot. So I'm just asking her to step off and trot around. And then asking her to come to me with just a voice command and a shift in my body language. So next, since I'm going to start doing Liberty, since she's going off my body language really nicely now, I reattach the lead rope to the top ring of her halter, where you don't have that direct pressure on her nose. You're still connected to her, so I can still yank her head around if she just decides to leave because she thinks I don't have any control of her. But she's doing pretty good. You can see she's got a nice drape in the rope. I ask her to trot. She trots off. She still maintains that same distance. And then I bring her in and reward her with a little bit of air, with a little bit of rest in the middle before I start walking off. And I'm just seeing if she follows me and sticks with me, even though I don't have pressure on that rope. And she actually came up to me and sniffed my hand, so I was really happy with that. She's already getting more confident. So she's not quite so quick to move off that time, so I gave her a little bit of a slap of my hip with her hand. And I have the rope just around her neck now, so she really feels like she doesn't have anything. I move with her a little bit because she's going to drift some, but she's not running away. She's still curving around me. So she's already gaining a lot of confidence with this. And so I take off her halter. She's still attached by the rope, but I'm just playing brain games with her now. I want her to focus on me and not think about whatever I'm doing with the rope. That's why I keep changing it up, so she's thinking about different things. So I send her around until she kind of starts to head out, and when she just loses her focus, I bring her in and redirect her energy. Now I'm going to take off the rope and see where she goes. So she still seems to be somewhat in that mentality to run to the outside edge of the round pen as soon as I take off a rope. So I'm going to try and get her out of that a little bit and get her drawing in towards me. So she came into me pretty nicely that time. She took several steps in, but she's still not quite coming to me like she was on the rope. So I'm kind of going to disengage her hindquarters and get her moving up and freed up a little bit, and she took a step towards me, so I'm happy with that. And I sit there and pet on her. I don't want her to think every time I approach her I'm going to send her off. Okay, then I am going to send her off a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit of regular lunging. So I point really high to exaggerate that I want her to go out to the edge, and I pick up the longer lunge whip. Asking her to walk, and I'm liking how she's getting more calm on the lunge. So out on the free lunge, she walks, she'll trot. She's getting those downward tinge distance a lot better this week. So I'm going to ask her to slow down. I'm going to just keep that whip in front of her drive line without backing out and encouraging her to reverse towards me. I get a little bit of a slowdown and I give her a release. And then I push her forward into a different gait before I try it again and ask her to slow down some more by putting that whip in front of the drive line. And then once she kind of slows down, so this time she kind of backed off that pressure because she didn't like the pressure and she was trying to find a way to escape from it, and she turned her butt towards me in a disrespectful way by reversing towards the rail, which she's already figured out and knows better. So I gave her a little bit of negative reinforcement, put a lot of pressure on her until she did it right, and then she did it again, made the same mistake, reversed towards the rail because she started getting hot and nervous. And so then I get her to do one good reverse towards the inside, and then I give her a release and just stand there in a neutral position and let her wind off some energy. Making the wrong thing harder and the right thing easier.